The following is general advice only and should not be construed as accounting, legal, or any other professional advice. The details of your situation are fact dependent, and you are advised to seek the help of a competent professional. Oh yeah, baby! Welcome back to another action-packed edition of CPA Reviewed. That was a bit over-exuberant. The official podcast of Another71.com. As always, I am your humble host, Jeff Elliott, a licensed CPA, assuming I get my CPE done in time. In the state of Kansas, happy Saturday to you. A CPA Reviewed first. I'm here on a Saturday because I love you all so much. Well, this is CPA Review number 46, and with number 45, we went to a new format, a live call-in format, and so I'm not sure I'm allowed to say format twice in one sentence. Where people call in, and I answer their questions to the best of my limited ability. So, here we are. Well, last podcast, we had 3 callers on the show. Today we have 4, Tiffany, Jamie, Mariela, and Katherine. And so let's get to it. Oh yeah, by the way, scores came out, and I took some flack for going to a new server 2 days before the score release because I thought I was good to go, but the forum was pretty much dead up until like the millisecond. It was just in time server production because right when we needed it most, the forum came back to life, and it's like it never happened. So anyway, scores came out. Saw a lot of passing scores. If you were on the south end of a 75, you can always call in to the Ninja hotline. You'll see it posted on Another 71 when the next call in is. Or you can email me, or you can just go to Another71.com, click in the upper right hand corner, click Ask Jeff, and it will appear maybe in the mailbag, or not sure if we'll go back to reading emails or not. I kind of like this format. But you can always email me, Jeff at Another71.com, and I will get back to you. All right, enough of that. On today's show, again, we have 4 callers. Here is Tiffany.
So I'm just calling in to let you know that I'm still working on it. It's taking me longer than I hoped for, but I think it's I'm grasping the material a lot more, so it's not as bad. So I'm hoping that because it's taking me about 2 days to go through one chapter, then it's not as bad.
Okay, so you're taking REGG here at the end of August?
Yeah, so I'm taking REGG on August 25th, and so far every day I've been just going through Becker and watching their videos, because though they say that their videos take about like 3 or 4 hours long, it always ends up taking a little longer because I have to pause and highlight and rewrite a few notes on some of the sections, and then going through the homework takes a little bit longer since I'm writing down just extra notes that I'm missing on a few questions.
Okay, so how long until you're done with the videos?
So, if I were just to do the videos?
Yeah, well, okay. When with the Ninja method, and not everyone follows it, but you get through all of the videos first, so you check that off the list, and then do the multiple choice questions, because what happens is if you do chapter 1 videos and chapter 1 questions, then you have, like in week 5 or week 6, you're going to have to redo all of those chapter 1 questions.
Okay.
Well, just because they're not fresh in your mind, it was 5 weeks ago, so.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess I didn't think of it that way. I just thought that I was supposed to just watch the videos and then do the questions right after. But then I guess if I just watch the rest of the videos, it should just take me one per day for the rest of it. So I should be done by the end of this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like a motivational factor because if you have to watch your videos clear up to like a week or two before your exam, I mean, no one wants to sit down and watch accounting videos. And so to check them off the list, so to speak, and then move on to the next phase, you feel like you're accomplishing something, and it kind of breaks the exam study process. It kind of breaks it into chunks a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that you can get done with your videos by the end of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, and so
it should give me about 2 weeks then to go through all the rest of the questions and simulations and Ninja notes and audio and stuff.
All right. So then that puts you at about, well, right now you're 3.5 weeks until exam day.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, try to, because you want to allow yourself about 2 weeks to review.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to then get through all of the multiple choice and simulations in about a week and a half.
Okay.
So that you can spend that second to last week rewriting your notes and rewriting the notes from your videos, rewriting the notes that you took from your multiple choice questions, and then combining them, and then working multiple choice questions over your problem areas.
Okay.
And then your final week just for your final review and all that good stuff.
Okay, sounds good. I guess I totally misunderstood it, but I'll switch it up and hopefully it'll help and stuff. And so if I can finish the videos by this weekend and then to go through all the multiple choice questions and stuff by next week and then have 2 weeks to review and rewrite notes, that'd be awesome.
Now you took FAR like last week or 2 weeks ago, right?
Right.
And so you probably studied the old way, or the way that you were studying. So watch the video, do the multiple choice questions. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did you like that approach versus watch all the videos and then do? I mean, was one way more beneficial to you?
Well, I haven't tried the way that you're suggesting now, so that's why I called in last week just to get your advice on how I should try to approach REGG.
Right.
But with FAR, I feel like the material was there was so much more material, so it definitely was harder to remember a few of the topics from 2 weeks ago if I worked on it 2 weeks ago. I mean, for instance, some topics such as like leases and pensions, like I couldn't really remember it like 3 or 4 weeks out, but that was because I worked on it weeks before.
Sure. Okay, so by August 13th, you should be done with your questions, just so you can budget your time.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yes. That should be good.
All right. Well, Tiffany,
all right.
If you want to talk next week, let's do it.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Have a good week.
All right. Thanks, Tiffany.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, up next is Jamie. She is studying for FAR.
Just really quickly, a little bit of my background. I'm a busy mom with 4 kids, and I started studying for the FAR in March or April, and then life just got in the way. We've had birthdays and graduation and a lot of different things going on and family visiting, and so the past 2 months for June and July I've been really doing the hardcore studying and everything, and I actually had to postpone it once. It was set for July 2nd, and then I'm taking it August 5th. So my question is, how do you know if you're prepared enough for FAR or if you should reschedule. So I think I'm getting nerves right now,
Yeah.
but there's still, a huge handful of topics that I don't feel that comfortable with, and it's probably the same ones that a lot of people don't feel comfortable with. And I've been, going through the just multiple choice and doing that, and then like for example, the statement of cash flows is one that I was struggling with. So then I went through and I just recopied the notes for that section. I'm using Becker and recopied the notes, and now that's cemented in. But I really don't have time to go back and copy notes for the things that I'm, struggling most with. So, like, am I prepared or am I just stressed out? I don't know. How do you know?
Okay. Have you watched all of your videos?
Yes.
And when you watched the videos, did you take notes?
Yeah, I took notes in the Becker book, like the things that they really, the little tips or clues to help you get it. Yeah, I watched all the videos.
But you wouldn't say that as you're watching the videos, you had like a legal pad and were just furiously writing stuff down?
No, I mainly just had the text open and took notes in that.
Okay.
And I did the highlighting and what they had me do.
You did the highlighting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of highlighting because I don't think it's nearly as effective as.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And you've been through all of your multiple choice questions?
I haven't. In the Becker material, I did. It actually expired. Like, I don't have access to that, so I have the Wiley Test Bank. So I basically have my Becker book and the Wiley Test Bank and the Ninja stuff.
Okay. And how far through the Wiley Test Bank are you? I mean, how much
are there like 1,400 FAR questions or something?
Yeah, so yeah, something like that.
I'm only like maybe 350.
Okay.
Like I said, I've done all the the Becker questions they had when I was going through, since March or April. But
is rescheduling an option for you?
It is. My family would be really upset with me because I've taken the whole summer to study. But when they're back in school, then I could. But I'm afraid that if if I take off a couple weeks, that I will forget what I've learned, and I have to like relearn it all again.
Well, you wouldn't take off a couple weeks. You would keep after and take it at the end of August.
Okay. Like, what if I have to take a week off before the kids start school and stuff, though? I mean, would that get in the way?
Yeah. If you had an extra week, would it be worth the what is it, like $30 to reschedule if you're I know that if you at some point it starts costing like $100 to reschedule.
Yeah, I think within 5 days. So I think I don't know if I'm at the 5 days today or not. It's business days or what.
Yeah. This is tough. So August 5th is what day?
Monday, next Monday.
Okay. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go hardcore from today through Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And I want you just to go for it.
Okay.
Talking early morning, study at lunch, late at night. Are you in a situation to where you can study the whole weekend?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. And then, just tell the family that starting Monday night, you'll be available and you'll more than make up for the time, but this is your go time.
Mhm.
And so
do you think 8 hours a day for the next 6 days is enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the option is the option that you're facing is not taking it in August and waiting until October.
October, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, really, we're having a $300 discussion here.
Yeah.
Because if you go for it and come up short, okay, it costs you $300. If you go for it and you do well, it's well worth it.
Mhm.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I guess that's my biggest concern is my family. They've been waiting to go on like some little trip at least this summer, and I mean, I guess they could go without me if I waited till the end.
You know what?
But
knock this out, and then take a trip. You know, sometime between August 6th and when school starts, and you'll be glad you did.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
And when you go on your trip, don't even think about taking a study book along.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
So you have 6 days of not fun times ahead of you.
Yeah.
But if it can all pay off.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I know more than I don't know, if that makes any sense. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to get through another, 800 questions in 6 days. But
okay. What would you say are your top 3 weakest areas?
My top 3, I have them written down: deferred taxes, pensions, bonds, and earnings per share.
Okay.
Bonds I know, but it seems like they'll ask different things, and then I have to go back and look at the book. So.
Okay, so start with the deferred taxes. Do a set of 20 questions in the Wiley Test Bank in study mode. Never do a practice exam.
Okay.
Always do it in study mode. So do your first set of 20. Let's say you score 45%. Do another set of 20. You score 65. Do another set of 20. You score 75-ish. That's an arbitrary number. And the whole time, as you're missing stuff, take a legal pad, jot down, just write deferred taxes across the top. Take a legal pad and start writing little bullet points of stuff that you're missing, stuff that you need to know as you do this, so you can review that legal pad headed into your exam. And so you hit 75 on deferred taxes, then you move on to pensions and do the same thing and just keep going down the line. And throughout the week, keep looking over those bullet points over deferred taxes and pensions, and you will have accumulated a pretty impressive list of cram material for your weak points.
Okay.
And then you said that you have the Ninja Notes, so keep reading those, and just keep hitting it hard. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for your advice. It makes me feel like I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're getting like a rut midweek and you're like, I don't know if I want to do it, I'm scared, just shoot me an email and I'll tell you that you can do it. Okay.
Okay. I will.
All right. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And up next is Mariela, and as always, I have an embarrassing inability to properly pronounce names.
Hey, Jeff, it's Mariela. How are you?
Good. How do you spell your name?
Mariela.
Okay. Gotcha. So how are you this morning?
Oh, good. Just I'm a work full-time mom, so I divide my time between work and home, and I'm trying to study. Not study. I already kind of studied for my auditing test, and I'm retaking it again at the end of the month.
Okay.
And I got the notes. I got the audio. I'm also doing the Jaeger tram review, but somehow I'm every day I try to write some. Like last night I did 35 pages of writing because my test is at the end of August, and I was trying to follow the plan. But not that I'm getting confused, but I don't know if I'm doing this right or if I'm just spending too much time between writing and reading and reviewing, but not really doing so much multiple choice. But I know I have to do a combination of all four. So I just wanted to go over with you my study plan to see if I'm on the right track or not.
Okay, so what materials do you have? You have the Jaeger cram and what else?
I have the Ninja Notes.
Okay.
And the audio, and I also have access to the videos.
Gotcha. Do you have the Wiley Test Bank?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have study software?
I did. I mean, I had Becker,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't want to do that anymore because I felt like I got all the. When I was first studying for auditing in May, I felt like I got all my basics from them, but the notes helped me a lot, and I feel like reviewing the notes, it helps. And no, so I'm not doing any of the Becker right now. I'm just focusing on the notes, the audio, the videos, and the Jaeger cram.
When you say notes, are you talking about your notes or the Ninja Notes?
The Ninja Notes.
Okay. Well, because I still think multiple choice questions are the number one thing that you can do if you do. Mm-hmm. So do you still have access to your Becker software?
Yeah, actually for multiple choice, what I ended up doing was I was doing the Wiley multiple choice.
So the Wiley Test Bank?
Yeah.
Okay, so you also have the Wiley Test Bank?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Have you watched the Jaeger cram yet?
I started a little bit, but I never ordered the book because I thought I could manage with my Becker book, but then I figured I can't because he continues to refer back to that, pages, so I just ordered a book, which I'm getting tomorrow.
All right. How many hours is that video? Is it about 15 to 20 hours, 10 to 20 hours, somewhere in there?
Yes.
So you could watch that over a weekend? So,
yeah.
Yeah. So you could watch that cram over the course of a weekend, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Usually I recommend 2 weeks. 2 weeks for people to study, or 2 weeks of a review time, and do you have your own set of notes?
I did. When I was doing the Becker review,
Yep.
I took my own set of notes on things that I felt that I was weak, and with the Ninja Notes, I'm rewriting them.
Yep.
I've rewritten them once already. I know I have to do it more.
Okay. I want you to back up, and I want you to start attacking multiple choice questions.
Mm-hmm.
And just from here on out for the multiple choice questions, do you think you'll use the Becker software or the test bank?
The test bank.
Okay. I want you to go through all of the test bank questions over the course of the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And do them in study mode. In other words, you get the instant feedback for your answer.
Okay.
And as you go along, and so let's say you do all of the audit sampling questions or whatever. Mm-hmm. As you go along, have a legal pad out next to you and jot down stuff that you miss or stuff that you think you'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
And go through all the questions for the next 2 weeks, doing nothing but multiple choice questions.
Okay.
And also just so like you might read the Ninja Notes over audit sampling and then go work like the questions if you want to do that. But so like continue to work the Ninja Notes or read the Ninja Notes, but then so that those stay fresh. So next 2 weeks you're doing multiple choice questions, and then 1 week out or 2 weeks out from your exam,
mm-hmm.
take all of your notes from before when you were watching your lectures, and take all of your mm-hmm. notes from the questions, from the notes that you took from the test bank,
mm-hmm.
and rewrite them.
Okay.
Because it will help you to reabsorb the material. Because
mm-hmm.
if you don't rewrite those lecture notes, it wasn't a waste of your time, but you will get maximum impact from the investment that you made in that time by rewriting the notes, taking the instructor's voice and putting it into your own voice, taking the longhand notes and whittling them down into the fact nuggets, the essential information that they're trying to convey. Spend 5 days doing that.
Okay.
The other 2 days of that week, I want you to watch that cram.
Okay.
Okay. And so then that leaves you 1 week out from your exam.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're reading your notes, you're reading the ninja notes, and you pick your weakest areas and work backwards, work a set of 20 multiple choice questions so let's say you score a 60. We'll do another one. So let's say you're really weak over internal control. People struggle with internal control. It's a core, essential concept of auditing. Everything revolves around internal control. It affects everything. So let's say that you're weak in internal control. You do 20 questions over internal control in study mode. So you score a 60. Mm-hmm. You do another set. And keep doing that until you score like 70, 75%, and then move on to your next weakest area and just go on right on down the line and keep reviewing and then go in and take your exam and pass.
Okay. Can I ask you a question about the problems, like on the 7 booklets that we get for the problems? How is that scored? Because when I was practicing for them last time, I didn't get a full problem correct, but I got most of it correct. Do they penalize you if you don't get it all correct, or do they give you some sort of credit for getting some of it correct?
You're referring to the simulations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 98% sure that they give partial credit. So like you might not get everything in the tab correct, but you might get 3 out of the 5 answers correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they give partial credit. So.
Okay. So you're saying, okay, just to review this, then for the next 2 weeks, just work on all the multiple choice questions, and from the YV test, I can jot down my notes on what on study mode, jot down notes on whatever I'm not getting correctly on the multiple choice. Then rewrite them, right? I have to spend 5 days of rewriting, which will be, let's say, on my 3rd week, and then watch the Jaeger cram in 2 days. Then on my last week, just reread my ninja notes, my personal notes, and start working on any weak topics that I've had during my multiple choice, and 20 questions at a time in study mode until I start getting 75 and better.
Yeah, that's correct. You start rewriting when you're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Great. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, and
I was prepared last time, but I didn't.
Feel free to call back again or shoot me an email if you have any issues. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And wrapping the show up, Katherine is on the line taking FAR.
I have FAR coming up in a few weeks, and I'm nervous.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So you have FAR coming up, and you're feeling nervous about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I took it twice and I failed because I think I did very bad on the simulation part. So I just want to hear from your advisor some feedback to improve my score on the simulation so far, because I did very well on the multiple choice. Like I get my score and it's like comparable, only one weak area, but I don't know, I still got like 65 or something. I need 10 more points to pass.
Okay, so you've taken FAR twice and you scored a 65 the last time?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. What study materials are you using, Katherine?
I'm using Becker's.
Okay. And have you taken any other exams besides FAR?
I took audit and BEC.
Okay. And how did you do on those?
I passed audit. I took BEC last week. I'm waiting for my score.
Okay. So
Yep.
so you have at least one win under your belt, hopefully two.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what you did differently when you prepped for audit versus how you've been studying for FAR?
Well, from audit, I think that's okay for me. It's not that difficult like FAR, but for FAR, I don't know why I did so bad on the simulation part. I think that's my problem for FAR because I failed twice.
Okay. Are you, when you're watching your videos, when you watch the videos for audit, did you take notes?
No, actually no.
Okay. And probably not for BEC then either?
Yes.
Okay. Have you scheduled your FAR retake?
Yes, in 3 weeks, in August 24th.
August 24th?
Yes.
How far along are you on your prep? How far through the videos are you?
Well, I don't have the video for FAR. I don't have it. I have the video for audit because I purchased the 10-point combo last time for audit, but I did not purchase for FAR yet. So I don't have the video for FAR. All I do is redo my homework and my simulation on Becker's.
Okay. So the only study material that you have for FAR are the multiple choice questions?
Multiple choice and simulation for Becker's.
Right. But you don't have a video course?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have the video on Becker's, but I never watch it. Because I don't think that's helpful.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
I say I have the video on my Becker course, but I don't think that's helpful, so I never watch the video.
Well, you used it for auditing, right?
For auditing, I don't watch the video for audit. I do it to review your note and review the question I have in Becker and read your note, and that's it.
Okay. So you passed auditing using the 10-point combo materials plus the Becker software?
Yes, using your note and the Becker software, yes.
Okay. Well, that's pretty impressive. Okay. I mean, not that you want to buy more materials, Katherine, but I really think it would behoove you to get a video course of some sort for financial and probably, I know you don't want to do this, but I also know that you don't want to take FAR a fourth time. I would get a video course and start over and take your exam in early October.
But how does the video help my simulation?
Well, that's a good.
Have to do my simulation FAR?
Well, I've always felt that a simulation is an extension of the concepts that you understand from the multiple choice questions.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it's a different look and feel of the material, but really it's just testing your knowledge. And so I think you're probably I think simulations are probably not your only trouble area. I think there's one or two chapters that you're pretty weak on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What would you say your two weakest areas are? Like, if you took FAR today, what are the two topics that you would just pray that you wouldn't see?
Well, I would say I'm weak on writing the journal entry.
Okay.
And weak on the chapter 2, like accrual and like tasks. I would say that, and maybe one more thing on the bond.
Yeah.
On the bond. Yeah, maybe 2 of that.
How do you feel about my suggestion to postpone your exam?
This is the only last chance I have to take the exam in this window. So if I postpone, I have to retake it until October.
Yes.
Which I don't want to. I want to give me a thought and then study and take exam in August. And if I fail again, I can know what I do wrong, and then retake again in October.
Okay. So you are fine with the risk that, hey, I might not pass, but I still want to take it anyway?
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, okay. Well, I guess it's full steam ahead. What date is your exam again?
August 24th.
August 24th.
Yeah,
all right.
On Saturday.
So you have 3.5 weeks.
Yes.
And the only material that you have for FAR is the Becker software?
Yes, that's all I have for now. Yes.
Okay. I mean, not to sell you more stuff, but I mean, like with Auditing, you use the Ninja Notes or whatever. Even if you don't get that, I think you need something else. I think you need something to teach you the concepts, either at a very in-depth level, like a full review course, or more like a 20,000-foot view with like the Ninja Notes and everything like that. I think you need something in addition to the software. Do you agree?
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to make a go of it, I think you need to pick up something extra, similar to what you did with Auditing. And, we're just going to assume that you're going to pass this time. But if you don't, then you know that you need to get a full video course.
Like what?
Well, there's a ton of them out there, and I would just search around and really pick a video course that fits your learning style and your budget. And if you need,
what do you recommend for me?
Well, do you like the Becker lectures?
I never watch it. I never watch Becker lecture.
You never watch it because you don't like it, or you don't watch it because you don't like those lectures, or you just don't like watching lectures, period?
Well, to be honest, I don't think that's helpful. They just go over the book, and I already know that. So.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Well, in your case, maybe you should just get something like a Wiley book and read it yourself, and get like a Wiley test bank and study yourself.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Katherine, after your exam, why don't you shoot me an email, or let's talk, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Well, like I said, full steam ahead. You have 3.5 weeks to knock it out. Make sure that you grab something in addition to the software so that you have a fighting chance on exam day, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Katherine.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that does it for this edition of CPA Reviewed. If you want to be on the show, watch for the Ninja Hotline. We usually fire it up once a week. And until then, be good, everyone. Be safe, and I will talk to you soon.